Hey everyone, this is my Patreon Pride reaction to the 12th episode of Persona 5 The Animation. So, last episode was pretty much a Makoto focus episode, as well as really trying to get access to Kanashiro's palace, the floating bank in the sky. And we didn't jump or fly or anything like that, we just kind of had the welcome mat kind of laid out for us really and just walked on up, it seems like. So, whatever works, I suppose. And Makoto got a persona, it's really awesome, it's a motorcycle, which you know, she looks good riding the motorcycle is probably pretty much what I'm trying to say there. And hopefully she's a valuable member of the team, I guess. So yeah, let's get into it and see how things go from here. 3, 2, 1, play. Yep, I'm sure you're happy about that. Your sister was one of us. But that just kills you on the inside. We stole his heart, changed his heart, whatever you want to call it. Stole his treasure, changed his heart. And he is a bad person, so he has it coming. Yeah, Futaba still has not shown up yet, so eventually, maybe after kind of show stuff is dealt with. I don't know where we'd even meet her because I don't think I've seen her at school. Like as a, sometimes what they do with social links in this anime is they'll just kind of show you a brief glimpse of them like doing their own thing, and then we'll get back to them later. We haven't done that with Futaba yet, so I don't know. Maybe she goes to a different school. In which case, I don't know why we would run into her, but I just like her character design and of course her voice actress, so I want to get into more into her. The rainy day. Rainy days are very important in Persona games. You can do special things. And some things you can't do. Well, yeah. People don't really like being asked that. Especially teenagers. So we're already getting into some Makoto social thing stuff. Because I'm okay with that. So she recently came out of her shell, so I guess we're trying to help her fully embrace the life of a high school girl. But after we take care of this. Queen really does look good in that outfit. But I guess a banquet had pretty tight security, so... I'm sure you will. And now we're at something with Ryuji. You definitely want to keep your stamina up. I just wish it wasn't bouncing around like this. And yeah, back to the palace. I mean, I guess bouncing back and forth between normal stuff and palace stuff is just part of the games, but it's kind of less quick than this is. Some Makoto and alone time. Not at awkward at all. You probably shouldn't encourage her to stop while she's trying to cross the streets. I guess we're doing this now. Maybe in some ways. I mean, you're both cute for one, and you're both Phantom Thieves. Yes, now kiss. That's all I want from this scene, really. Oh, let's not get too forward. uh, wow. Yes, I ship it. Looking good as always, Anne. uh, I like Johanna better than Carmen, though. That's great. I love it. They get along so well now. Oh, a TV. I thought it might have been painting. I don't know, because you're a freeloader? Well, yeah, good thing we're making money in the palace. Now we got into the real security. Rich. I guess Kaneshiro would be the rich, yeah. Realistically, they're not going to be able to bounce back and forth between the palaces and their daily life without it feeling a bit jarring, because it just... You don't have the stuff you have in the game where you're just slowly walking back and... Wow, just... It's so weird seeing her at an arcade doing normal high school stuff. But yeah, you're making a scene, Makoto. I'm glad you had fun. I thought she was flipping me off at first, but she wouldn't do that. We're not cutting loose that much. Love Hotel. Oh, the treasure. Well, not treasure yet, but... You guys send the calling card and then it'll be a treasure. Which, if I had to venture a guess what his treasure would be, it'd probably like the first dollar he ever made. You know, Mr. Krabs style. Yeah, I mean, just dump it all over Shibuya. He'll see it somewhere. Gluttony, yeah. So we are doing a Seven Deadly Sins kind of theme with the villains. I kind of figured, but now I'm sure of it. You can tell how worried he is. You will get what's coming to you, man. Indeed. Let's not expect too much from the man. At this point, I'm just glad he doesn't hurt himself thinking too hard. He probably still doesn't fully comprehend the whole metaverse thing. I mean, you're a little bit better. Anyone that's aware of their failings and are trying to change are automatically better. Yeah, I gotta have our boss battle. Has it? And please stop fidgeting like that. I don't know why they just stand around and listen to him monologue. You're gonna burn your hands with the friction. Like, you should have attacked him before he transformed. Man, even his lackeys are getting freaked out. And he's a fly. That is so creepy. I was expecting him to become a pig, if anything. You know, the whole gluttony thing, but I guess a fly's fine. I bet he likes that, Anne. Is he like rapping or something over there? It's just squash him, please. Oh, now we have our pig. Piggy Volt Bank thing. It barely looks like a pig, but you can tell it is. Just please stop, man. I hated you up before you started terribly rapping at us. Oh my god. Just please hurry up, guys. Yeah, money would make a better distraction. Yeah, Makoto's not the only smart one. Which is what? The bigger form? Or the ball? Quick, someone dig a hole. I love seeing Anne do her thing. Oh no, not the money! uh... How much damage does that actually do? High five. I like to better when Makoto went in high five, but I'll take it. Man, we're just handing out those high fives. But apparently we need some real teamwork to take it down. Well, yeah, I could push you over, you probably couldn't get back up. Here we go. Come on, Makoto. Can I ride? I was hoping he could ride it, but can you see that with your 10,000 little mini eyes? And yeah, here we go. We're ending this. And somebody lurking in the shadows that may or may not be a Akechi. Well, at least you can admit that much. Yes, whatever Anne's saying there. Man, how much money would one of those gold bars be worth? Wouldn't go that far. Yes, we're the good guys. I assume he's referring to Akechi. Oh, the one thing I don't get about Akechi yet is his motivations, like why he does this stuff. Is he a higher level? I guess he would be if he did this stuff before they did. Because, yeah, the mental breakdowns and stuff were a thing before the Phantom Thieves, so he would be at a higher level. And it's coming down. I've got to get out of here now. Morgana, we don't have time for this. Come on. Somebody pick him up. Well, then don't swoon over the treasure when we need to leave. But yeah, got through that pretty quickly. Hopefully we can leave the metaverse before we crash. There we go. Oh, I guess that's a treasure there. Which is what? Oh, it's just a bunch of money. So I guess it was kind of close. That, definitely some good war funds. But it's probably just fake money. They wouldn't give you that much money in the game, so... Yeah. I wouldn't even want to spend that. It has an ugly face on it. But, you know, the case looks nice. Maybe we get something out of that. Okay. I would satisfy you both, yes. Wow. You're so cute, Makoto. No, we are above average Phantom Thieves. Yes. Meanwhile, referring to Kanashiro's group. But yeah, this case of Kanashiro, I don't know how anyone would be able to spin that as a bad thing, taking him down. Well, can he prove he's disposing of them? Because I wouldn't take his word for it. Oh, well, that probably helps. Yeah. I would assume so. Yes. I heard it was the Phantom Thieves that did it, too. Yeah, Ketchy, how do you feel right now? Phantom Thieves getting more popular? Yep. Before you know it, people will be wearing Phantom Thieves shirts. Got out that Sony brand. I still don't know what they could possibly arrest us for. It's not illegal to go into the metaverse and change someone's heart. Well, no. It makes sense other people would have the app. It's possible that more than just Akechi has the app. It could be somebody else who haven't even met yet that also has it. Well, to put it simply, F you. You tell him. Look, we don't go into your palace. I'm sure you have one. Oh, that might be later in the game. The anime, both. I'm sorry, One-chan, I'm actually a member of the Phantom Thieves, but I can't tell you. Please don't arrest me. To open up your options career-wise? But depending on what you do, you may or may not need to study much. He still does not look like a good person, though. But I guess that wouldn't change. But I guess we're not going to see any kind of confession scene from him. Which again makes sense. He's not in a position like the other ones were, where he was perceived as being a good guy. So he wouldn't like hold a press conference or anything. Yes. You belong with us. With me. I mean the Phantom Thieves. Well, they found it now in jail. Well, that's good. Well, it is, so, you know, you can believe it if you want to. Yeah, that's it. Ugh. Ugh. Well, it kind of show has been taken down. The world's a slightly better place now. And Makoto's fully given up her whole goody two-shoes persona by, you know, basically calling quits on the principal's request of her. Morgana needs to learn to calm himself down when he gets a hold of the treasure. Yuji looks so short there because he's all hunched over. But that's just kind of his thing. A little bit left. I'm glad you're impressed. Gonna have a reward? Like maybe more personas? You know, or a kiss, or that works too. Oh? Doesn't look like much of a smile. I guess on the inside. Kind of waiting for a blush, oh well. No, that's a smile. I'm glad. You're not the boss of me. Okay, I guess that just will be enough on. So that was the 12th episode of Persona 5, the animation. And this episode, it was basically finishing off Kaneshiro. We kept bouncing back and forth between the palace and the real world, which is just, that's always going to be a little bit jarring no matter what they do, so it's not really worth complaining about. I guess I just have to accept that as a bit of a limitation of an anime adaptation of this sort of video game. It is very much a double life sort of thing where you do bounce back and forth between the metaverse and your daily regular high school life. But we started to get into a little bit of Makoto social link stuff, which is nice because we're finally able to do that because she kind of came out of her shell a little bit and has wanted to more embrace her life as a normal high school girl, but was kind of struggling not to do that on her own, so we, being the great protagonists that we are, we kind of have to help her out. So we go to the arcade together, start shooting stuff up, and she gets way into it, kind of makes a bit of a scene there. But it's fine, it was really cute and really endearing, so I enjoyed all of that. Yeah, Makoto, hopefully she can kind of continue to really figure out what she wants to do with life, because up until now she's very much done what she was told to, what was expected to her. And she's now starting to ask questions and figure things out for herself. That's why her sister was kind of calling her out and asking naive questions, or whatever she said, childish, whatever her wording was. Yeah, but the thing about that is because she didn't ask questions before when she should have as a child. She just accepted doing what she was told. That's why she's coming across as kind of naive or childish now, because she's kind of late on some of that stuff. But I don't think the sister is picking up on that at all. But anyway, so hopefully she can continue to move forward going forward. Now, what was nice that we got with this episode was some Anne and Makoto stuff, and I was, of course, making jokes and stuff throughout it, but I am really glad that they're able to really work things out and make up and become close friends. Like, they really were able to really say what was on their minds and forgive each other and become close, so I really enjoyed that scene a lot. Of course, ending it off with a hug and or a kiss would have made it better. I won't deny that, but I'm pretty happy with what we got there. And especially later on. Later on was great when they were actually battling together in the palace and we got to see their teamwork and their high-fiving and stuff. That was just great to watch. I love that a lot. That was really nice. Yeah, I think, what else was there to comment on? I mean, we had to get through all the locks and stuff in the bank, and apparently Kaneshiro became a fly. I expected him to become a pig, a big old pig, but no, he became a fly instead, which I guess is fitting enough. And we did get the pig anyway in the form of a giant piggy bank behind him, which is pretty cool. Apparently has a special rolling attack, which can be difficult to deal with, but using the power of teamwork and friendship, we were able to vanquish the evil Kaneshiro, which was great. He did kind of name drop, well, not the actual name, but he brought up the fact that there is indeed another metaverse user. They haven't quite put together 2 and 2 that would be Akechi, because they don't realize that Akechi's a Persona metaverse user. Well, at least a metaverse user. I assume he'd be a Persona user. Those kind of go in hand to hand. Especially if he's doing, metaverse stuff by himself, he kind of needs to be able to fight, so he would need a Persona, really. But it's interesting that a bad guy would even have a Persona. So yeah, maybe the whole Akechi thing's a bit more complex than I think, but we haven't got too many details on that yet, like his motivations for what he's doing, for why he's doing what he's doing, I mean. So hopefully we can get into that at some point, but that won't be for a while, if at all. And we did escape with the treasure. However, the treasure was just a bunch of fake money, so that's not all that useful. Maybe we could sell the suitcase. I mean, the suitcase looks gold. Maybe it's not really gold. Maybe it's just gold-plated, but I don't know. We probably get at least, like, I don't know, $10 or something out of the suitcase. It'd probably be worth something. That's a bit disappointed that the money was fake, but predictable, really. Yeah. What else? I mean, the only thing really worth mentioning is that Kaneshiro was really, really creepy in this boss battle. Just like all the stereotypical money grubbing, squirming he did with his hands, all that terrible yo rapping he was doing throughout the whole thing. It was just, yeah, I don't think I ever wanted a boss fight to end as quickly as this one. I just wanted them to hurry up and just squash him and deal with him, so we didn't have to listen to him anymore. But yeah, the big thing with that is the fact that they now have it on their minds that there is some other metaverse user out there who is probably a bad guy, but they know he wears a black mask, so yeah, it's safe to assume he's a bad guy. And I don't know if I actually don't remember if I brought this up yet, but I am thinking that Morgana, his backstory might have been that he was a partner to Akechi, and if that's the case, then maybe him getting his memories back will be a big key factor in them figuring out that Akechi's a bad guy. Maybe that will be a thing. But yeah, one way or the other, I am looking forward to Morgana getting his memories back eventually, because it probably be a chance for us to learn a lot more. Maybe we get some real Akechi backstory from that, depending on how close Morgana and Akechi were before we just like discarded him. But yeah, Makoto was pretty good this episode. I just love her Kyuu laughing and all that good stuff. So yeah, and of course her outfit's always fun to watch. Her fighting with her awesome looking persona is cool as well. And just things that become very awkward between her and her sister, because her sister is kind of investigating the Phantom Thieves, and Makoto is a member of the Phantom Thieves. So once that's, well, I guess we already kind of saw Makoto's sister figure it out, just like later on. But yeah, kind of a double life there for Makoto. But she's in a very unique position where she can kind of get information off of her sister, similar to what Light Yagami and Death Note did with his father. She's in kind of a position where she can do that, so it's kind of a double-edged sword there. There's some advantages and disadvantages for that position. But yeah, just it's a very interesting thing there, really, is kind of what I'm saying. And yeah, now that Kaneshio's been defeated, I wonder who the next bad guy will be. I'm hoping we get into Futaba soon. Maybe she'll kind of lead us to the next bad guy. Hopefully. I mean, I can hope, right? So, yeah, I'll see you guys then. Thank you for watching, and thank you, Cnouki, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.